Hello students. Now today I am going to solve another question paper of biological science. Before this I have also solved 3 papers of biological science. Today I am going to solve another question paper and the page number is SC 155. Now let's start the answer of question paper of biological science. The first one, generally the number of nucleus present in embryo sac is 8. A is the correct answer, 1A. 2. As a result of double fertilization, dash is produced. As a result of double fertilization, in case of double fertilization, zygote is produced and endosperm nucleus is produced. By endosperm nucleus is diploid and zygote is diploid. So both these answers correct, but which one would you provide? I think you should at first think diploid nucleus, that is zygote. So C is the correct answer. 3. Which one of the following forms the male gametes in angiosperm? That is generative cell. 3C is the correct answer. Which one of the following is not true? Pollen grains are released from anthers at 2 cell stage. This is correct. Sprogen cell directly behaves as megaspore mother cell. This is also correct. The megaspore divides twice to form an 8 nucleus cell. This is not correct. So C is the correct answer. Because divides twice. If a cell divides twice, then 4 cells will be produced. How it is possible to produce 8? So this is not the correct answer. Which one? This one. C is the correct answer for C. Cross pollination is a type of allogamy. Because alternative sperm is produced. Cross pollination is a type of allogamy because alternative name of cross pollination is allogamy. So D is the correct answer. 6. Sperm is produced in. Where sperm is produced? Seminiferous tubule. C is the correct answer. 6C. Now move on to the next question. In man, the sperm released from testes take the following route to reach ureter. That is, this is the testis, lobule. Each lobule, 3 seminiferous tubule arises and form a network. This type of network, this is data testis. From data testis, some structure arise. This is called vasa efferentia, and these also again produce coiling within a epididymis, then comes out as vas deferens. So taking this, so what should be, which one would be the correct answer? Vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, urethra. B is the correct answer. 8. Layers of ovum from outside to inside. Coronal radiata, okay. Zona pellucida, this is also correct. Vitelline membrane. So A is the correct answer. 9. A method of birth control is IUDs, intrauterine device. This is the correct answer. 10. This is the matching. Pill, condom visiting. Condom means it makes separation sperm and ovum. That means prevents ovulation. Peel is the prevents ovulation. A is the 3. And condom B prevents sperm reaching. This is 1. B1A3. So see that answer of the 2 questions. If I get the answer, then I will not move further, just to save the time. A3B2. A3B1. B1. A3B1. This is the correct answer. A3B1. I can find any another alternative than this, so C is the correct answer. 11. Amniosynthesis is employed for determining hereditary abnormality in embryo. This is correct. Cardiac ailments of embryo. This is also correct. Error in amino acid metabolism in embryo. This is also correct. So D is the correct answer. 11D. 12. Match the matching. Gonorrhea, Neisseria gonorrhea. A2. This is the correct answer, so I will not move further. So just to save the time, 12D is the correct answer. Independent assortment is absent in case of gene located in the same chromosome. A is the correct answer. 13A. Pleiotropic effect is found. Pleiotropic effect means when one gene produces more than one phenotypic effect. So in this case, the sickle cell anemia is the correct answer. D. 14D. Blood group of couple are A, B, and O. The possible blood group of children would be. So let's see what would be the answer here. Blood group of couple are A, B, and OB. A, B, and O. Blood couple are. The possible blood group of children would be. So its genotype would be IA, IB. Both are dominant, but here both are recessive. So in this case, another genotype is also possible. Oh, sorry, false. I'm making a mistake. So in this case, if this gene and this gene combine, so it would be group A, and this gene is combined, then on BE, that means B. That means A and or B. These two groups may arise in the offspring. A or B, A or B. C is the correct answer. Now move on to the next question. 16. Matching monohybrid cross. This is this question is related to Madhyamik. Monohybrid cross T and T. This one. Test cross F1 with recessive parent, F1 with recessive V. That means B5. Sorry, B5. So let's see B5. B5, both are B5. A also, both are correct. So let's see C or D. C alleles. Homozygous tall. This is the homozygous tall. 2 D2 and C1 C T and T alleles. Yes. So C is the correct answer. 17. Which one of the following is the correct combination of Klinefelter? Klinefelter means XXY. So B is the correct answer. Central dogma of protein synthesis. DNA, from DNA to mRNA, that is transcription. It is translation, that is not correct. DNA, mRNA transcription, this is correct. From mRNA to protein translation. So B is the correct answer. Repressor binds to operator of lac operon. What happened? Lactose is unable to remove repressor. RNA polymerase is activated. Galactosides does not act on lactase. Structural gene ZYA. This would be A. AYZ fails to transfer, and D is the correct answer. 19D. 20. Okazaki fragments are short DNA segments on lagging strands. C is the correct answer. C. 20C. Special unwinding enzyme that breaks hydrogen bonds. When you will find that which enzyme breaks hydrogen bond automatically, and you will try to answer, the question is helicase. Codon AUG specifies methionine. So 22A is the correct answer, and 21 C is the correct answer. 23. RNA polymerase 1. RNA polymerase 1. That means the questions want to know it is eukaryotic enzyme. So in case of eukaryotic enzyme, there are 3 RNA polymerases: RNA polymerase 1, RNA polymerase 2, and RNA polymerase 3. So how to remember which RNA polymerase produce which type of RNA? So RAMET. Keep it in mind to memorize the function of 3 different RNA polymerase. Ra means ribosomal RNA, Me means mRNA, T means tRNA. So first one will produce ribosomal RNA, second one will produce mRNA, third one will produce tRNA. So here RNA polymerase 1 in the question. So ribosomal RNA will produced by RNA polymerase 1. RNA polymerase 1. Where is the RNA polymerase 1? Ribosomal RNA. This one is the correct answer. So 23A is the correct answer. Homologous organ. Homologous organ. What is homologous organ? The organs which have similar origin and structure but differ in function. So in that case, let's see. Tail of bird, monkey, scorpion, no. Sting of honeybee, no, no. Scorpion, no, no. Wings of butterfly, flying is known. Paddle of wheel, front leg of horse, and arms of human. This is the correct answer because you have read it at your madhyamik level. Okay. 25. Genetic drift is a change of gene frequency in same generation. Gene frequency appearance of received, no. Gene frequency from one generation to next. Change of gene frequency in same generation. Gene frequencies from one generation to next generation. So C is the correct answer. Because what is genetic drift? Genetic drift means a portion of the population when leaves a particular place and move to the another place, and there they become a new species. So in that case, gene frequency from one generation to next. This is the correct answer. 26. Which is most important for speciation? Seasonal isolation, no. Reproduction, this is the correct answer. Reproductive isolation, this is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. 27. Which one of the following provides correct sequential events of origin of new species according to Darwinism? Correct sequential events. So here is the answer. Correct sequential means A, B, C, D. I have to arrange A, B, C, D in such a manner so that correct answer would be obtained. So in that case, answer is not given, but correct sequence is wanted. Let's, even after I want to answer the question, at first struggle for existence, then variation, then survival of the fittest, and last natural selection. 20D. Which one is used for knowing whether or not a population is evolving? Because Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, Hardy-Weinberg equation or equilibrium. If I know this, then automatically I can say whether evolution is taking place or not. 29. Allopatric speciation occurs. B. Geographically isolated population. This is the correct answer. 29. B is the correct answer. 30. Assertion. Megaspore mother cell undergoes meiosis to produce 4 megaspore. This is correct. Megaspore mother cell and megaspore mother cell and megaspore both are haploid. False. Only assertion is the correct. Assertion is true, but reason is wrong. It says this is C is the correct answer. 31. Progesterone hormone level reaches peak during luteal phase of menstrual cycle. Correct. During ovulation, LH and FSH attain peak level and sharp fall in secretion of progesterone. This is also correct. So both are correct, but it is not the correct explanation of the first one. So B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. 32. HIV attacks B cell. False, because HIV attacks T cell. Reason. In case of female IUD, produces copper ion which kills sperm by phagocytosis. This is correct. So only reason is the correct answer. Reason assertion wrong. Reason is true. D is the correct answer. 32D. 33. Assertion. The linked gene tend to get inhibited together. Correct. Reason. The bond between them fails to break. This is also correct. So this is the correct explanation of the first one. So A is the correct answer. 34. Assertion. Replication and transcription occur in the nucleus, but translation occur in cytoplasm. Replication, transcription occur in true, but translation occur. This is also true. Reason. mRNA transferred from nucleus to cytoplasm, where ribosome and amino acids are available for potentiation. This is also correct, but it is not the correct explanation of the first one. So B is the correct answer. Both are true. Both are true, and reason is the correct. Reason is the correct. Assertion is true. Which one is correct? Both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Yes, A is the correct answer. A. And And the last question. Assertion: gene flow increases genetic variation. Correct. Random introduction of new alleles into recipient population and their removal from donor population affect allele variation. This is also correct. So gene flow increases genetic variation. Random introduction into recipient variation. A is the correct answer. Both are true and with reason is being correct explanation. A is the correct answer. 35A is the correct answer. Now move on to the next paper. Next, I think this is the biology science SC 71. Just I solved SC 155. So this is the last. This is the last question paper of biological science. I will complete solving all English version question paper of biological science. So let's move 71. 71. This is the correct answer. Because some questions done by my student, because in my absence he tried to answer some questions, so he actually put mark on the correct question. So let's start. Which of the following is a post fertilization in flowering plants? Embryogenesis. He put the correct answer. In double fertilization of angiosperm, one sperm fuses with the egg to form zygote, while other fuses with polar nuclei, two polar nuclei. This one this is correct. 3. The male gametophyte in angiosperm is represented by pollen grain. Correct. 4. Which part of the ovule develops into seed coat? Integuments. Correct. My student attempt to make correct answer these 4 questions. Now move on to the next 5th number question. The fusion of one male gamete with egg and other male gamete with two polar nuclei, it is double fertilization. Okay, correct. What is the primary site of fertilization in human females? It is fallopian tube. Correct. The hormone responsible for the maintenance of pregnancy, progesterone is the correct answer. Spermatogenesis occurs in the testis. Correct answer. Which of the following is a barrier method of contraception? C. Condoms. Correct answer. The first successful test tube baby was born using GIFT is the correct answer, but IVF is also correct. But in this case, I have to choose IVF, in vitro fertilization, because GIFT is a part of in vitro fertilization. So I think IVF is the correct answer. 11. Turner syndrome occurs due to. Turner syndrome means one X chromosome is less than the requirement. So B is the correct answer. B. Turner syndrome. B is the correct answer. My student did not answer this question. He could not answer this question. So B is the correct answer. 12. Which of the following is a sex-linked recessive order? Sex-linked. Down syndrome, hemophilia. Correct. A couple has a son with blood group O. If the mother blood group is A, then what would be the blood group for the father? Let's see. Son with blood group O and mother is A. If mother is A, so its genotype would be either this or this one. And Son is the O. So this is mother. So what would be the gene of father, right? Allele of the father. And Son is O. O means both are recessive I. So father, what would be the father? So as Son has O group, so one came from mother. So this genotype is found in mother. This is not. And one would come from father. This one. So I would be father, and another may be either A or either B. Either of the two. If recessive I comes from father and I one from mother, then Son will be O group. So father will be either A or B group. Let's see. Other would be A or 0, B or 0. I think B and C both are correct, but A and D is not correct. So I think B and C would be correct answer. B and C, uh, but the answer is not in such a manner so that I can show both the answers are correct. So either of the A and B and C, either of the answer is correct. Let's move on to the next question. 14. If a pure tall pea plant TT is crossed with pure drop plant, independent. This is the madhyamik level. This question is madhyamik level. Pure tall and crossed with pure drop. So the phenotype F1 generation will be all tall, all tall. A is the correct answer. 15. Which of the following represents a homozygous condition? Homozygous, this one is the correct answer. 16. Which type of RNA carries amino acid to ribosome? tRNA. Correct answer. 17. The enzyme responsible for DNA replication, DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase 3 is the main enzyme, and second DNA polymerase 1. But here only DNA polymerase, so I would choose D only. The anticodon of 3, anticodon 3 UGC, 3 UGC 5 prime. This one, I think 3 UGC 5 prime. Okay. So its complementary would be ACG. Okay, so this is the correct answer. But keep it mind. But in question 5 to 3 prime, in such a manner answer is given. So don't make a mistake in the examination, because I have seen most of the question paper follow this type of answer. You were given 3 to 5 prime, but they want answer from 5 to 3 prime. If in case of 5 to 3 prime, just make in a reverse way. G at first, C A. That means GCA, 5 prime GCA, 5 prime GCA, 5 prime 5 5 prime UGC. U means A, G means C, and C means G. So 5 prime C G ACG. This is the correct answer, but here 5 prime to 3 prime. Okay, no. Okay. This is the correct answer. A 18 A is the correct answer. Let's see one time more. U A G C A C G. This is the correct answer. Okay, no problem. This is the correct answer. So which one of the following best describes an operon? A group of enzyme, a group of genes regulated together. This is B is the correct answer. 20. The process by which DNA is copied into RNA is called DNA to RNA. That means transcription. Transcription. C is the correct answer. 21. Which of the following statements support the theory of common ancestry of evolution? Common ancestry. That means all organisms have identical, similar embryonic development. This is the correct answer. Embryological evidence. Because in case of embryological evidence, ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. So that is paleontological evidences. Sorry, embryological evidences. So this is related to embryological evidences. So 21B is the correct answer. A population in high Dunberg equilibrium will not show genetic drift, right? Large population large population will show. Random will show. Absence of mutation, this is also correct. So A is the correct answer, genetic drift. Because if genetic drift occurs, then evolution will take place. So genetic drift is the correct answer. 23. The endosymbiotic theory explains the origin of endosymbiotic theory. B is the correct answer. B. Which type of natural selection favors individuals with extreme means disruptive? C is the correct answer. The primitive Earth's atmosphere was reducing in nature. B is the correct answer. Which evolutionary concept explains the development of similar traits in unrelated species due to similar environmental pressure? That is convergent evolution, because analogous organs develop into convergent evolution. B is the correct answer. Now 27. The structure formed after morula, blastula. B is the correct answer. A part of mutation in a gene sequence may result. A part of mutation in a gene sequence may result in chromosome rearrangement. No. Addition. No. Change in single nucleotide. Duplication. No. C is the correct answer, but I doubt chromosomal rearrangement. No. C is the correct answer. C. The lack of iron in E. coli is activated by lactose. Where is lactose? B is the correct answer. 29B. Which of the following reproductive technologies involves implanting a fertilized zygote into fallopian tube, that is in vitro fertilization? GIFT is also correct, but GIFT is a type of in vitro fertilization, so I will choose IVF. Which of the following reproductive technologies involves implanting a fertilized zygote into... No, sorry, I should say C is the answer. GIFT. 30C. 31. Which of the following cells are primarily responsible for the production of steroid hormones in the testis ovary? Testis is produced by Leydig cell, but ovary, in case of ovary, estrogen is produced by granulosa cell and theca cells, but progesterone is produced by luteal cells. So let's see. Certainly no. Leydig cells, yes. Granulosa. This is the correct answer, because Leydig cells produce testosterone and granulosa produced estrogen. Leydig cell and theca cell, this is also correct, but especially granulosa cells are responsible for the production of estrogen. So B is the correct answer. 32. Sorry. 32. Which... In case of 32 extra copy, that means it is Turner syndrome. 33, it is DNA packaging supercoiling. B is the correct answer. 34, significance of crossing over. Z variation. B is the correct answer.